As a fresher developer, I do have a 9 to 5 job. I do work on my personal projects. I do shoot content on YouTube. And I think sometimes it's necessary to show how we do it. So in this video, I'll be just talking about how do I maintain all my stuff along with my YouTube, along with my Substack, along with my content creation, along with my job. So let's get into it. So for the first thing, earlier I used to use Notion for that, for all my ideations, all my work. But turned out that Notion had some limited pages, some limited stuff that you can work upon. So I switched into Obsidian. What Obsidian does is it uses all of your local storage rather than using any other cloud storage. So what I've done here is I have divided my Obsidian into three pieces. First is Aditya space, where I write all about the stuff that I have in mind, along with some resources that I want to have, some scripts that I write, or the scripts that I usually want to use at multiple places, what I've been learning, some points from the books I read, some portfolio enhancements that I want to put up, some projects that I need to do. I obviously won't show you guys what I do, but these are like the project or ideations that I do. Next, for coding Adda, obviously I can show this was one such project idea that I had put up on a latest video. So I just write down what are the things that I have in mind, and if I want to have a PDF as well, I kind of write everything A to Z down over here. And apart from that, I like to learn a lot about the latest news that are going all around the world on tech. So what I've done is I have integrated Hacker News over here. Okay, so this is where I get the news every 60 seconds, every new news 60 seconds. And when I click on read now, what I can do is I can see the news right over on my Obsidian. And if I want to save, if I click on save, that news directly gets saved into my Obsidian workspace. So these are some of the news that or the articles that I have liked and I like to read about on that. So this is one way where I kind of have all my text stuff written over here. And Obsidian also has something called graph view, so that it can show what your folders are related to. Like if I go to let's say my learnings, I have something called to how to approach a project and why does target underscore blank have an underscore. So this is how I personally see all my stuff. That is actually like to have an idea on what I have to learn, what I have to do. And apart from that, I also have something called Substack. I'll just show you. I have recently started writing on Substack. Okay, so Substack is basically the newsletter I start. If you want, you can just check it out. So this is how my Substack dashboard looks like. Yeah, it's not a lot, but this is personally what I've started to like a lot. I have started to read a lot of blogs. I started to write a lot of things. So if you go to adityatrivedi.substack.com, you can see the post that I have been putting. I have been putting a newsletter this week in tech. So if you click on that, you will get, yeah, in last week we had Grok AI going rogue once again. Calls Donald Trump a Russian asset. So it's just what I like to do. And apart from that, I like to read a lot of blogs on tech. So this is one of the best extensions that I use, daily.dev, where I get all the blogs and latest blogs based on what is trending right now. And obviously, I go into the explore section and sometimes I see what are the popular ones, some by upvotes, by comments, and by date. So this is how I kind of like to read, and this comes with a lot of variety. It comes from GitHub repositories to projects to softwares to YouTube videos to like XYZ. So that's one such thing that I do. I also go to GitHub. It's like there are a lot of automations that I've been doing on my GitHub, let's say if you have this particular readme. So some might think it is just a normal readme. No, it's not just a normal readme. If you see, you can see all the latest YouTube videos that are embedded over onto my readme file. So this is just an automation that I've done. I'll show you. Don't worry. I'll show you the automation that I've done. I just go to my GitHub repository with the same GitHub username so that you can create that README file. Inside that, I do have something called GitHub Workflows. And inside that, I have a youtube.ym. So this is basically a GitHub action that I have created, which fetches the latest 9 videos of my channel. It can be anything from shorts to YouTube videos to podcast. The latest 9 videos, I have given the channel ID. It fetches and then it just displays it over to my README. Apart from that, I have a snake.yaml, which is basically this. It's just an animation that goes over there. So what you can do is kind of enhance your GitHub portfolio, GitHub not portfolio, you GitHub repository, so that you can kind of make your repository look interesting and look dynamic rather than making it a static repository. So this is one such thing that I use a lot and I like to like work crazy on that stuff. I'll also show you what the kind of projects that I usually create. So I do all my programming on East E drive. I have actually divided it into that. So apart from in that, I have a folder called Next.js where I create projects based on Next.js. I have a folder called AI projects where I create personal projects or the projects that I want for you guys on this particular folder. So this is what I do is I kind of divide everything into categories and domains. I'll just show you. I'll go to XLE draw, delete. So what I do is I have projects. What I do is I just kind of divide into, I'll just add it into something called categories. I divide everything into categories. Okay. And based on that, I also have something called subcategories sometimes. I'll just add subcategories. And then based on what the subcategories are, what the project hold, what is the weight of that project, what is the necessity of that project, is that project for my personal learning or is it for a content? So I just divide it for within that and then kind of shoot it and then edit the videos and stuff. So yeah, this is what I do on like a day-to-day basis, and this is how kind of a day looks like in my life. It's not, I think, based on the thumbnail, you might think a day in the life of a software developer would be like that. But what I think is it's just that for the camera. Okay. The actual work or the actual thing that the developer does is something like this. So they have Obsidian, they have Substack, they have GitHub, they have their VS Code and everything. So yeah, I think this is one such video where I talk about what I have been learning from the past 4 years of my college and with like the 7 months that I have been in Bangalore. And yeah, I really wanted to share this particular resources and the day in my life with you guys. So I hope you guys like the video. And if you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And see you in the next one. Until then, bye bye.